Good evening, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Songwriting Highlights. This is the show where I play a song for you, and then I tell you a little bit about why I think it's a good song. The song that I chose for this evening is Fly Me to the Moon by Bart Ballard. Herb Mallard. Fly Me to the Moon. What the?
Bart Howard. Bart Howard.
Bart Howard. Bart Howard. Bart Howard. What I've chosen for this evening is the song Fly Me to the Moon by Bart Howard, written in 1954. Stick around and have a listen. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. For you are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Alright, so that's Fly Me to the Moon by Bart Howard. That version that I did is actually more like the Frank Sinatra version from 1964. So Bart Howard was a musician for 20 years, a working musician and songwriter. Throughout his whole career, he wrote a lot of songs, and he really idolized Cole Porter. Now, he wrote this song, allegedly, in 20 minutes, which I do actually believe because he's got a good quote. It took me 20 years to figure out how to write a song in 20 minutes. That being said, I can relate to that. So I believe there's some merit to the idea that after a long enough time working away at something, it sort of starts to become effortless and fun, which I think is part of what Mr. Howard is getting at. So we're not sure if Mr. Howard recorded this song, but in 1954, Kay Ballard recorded the song, and that was the first commercial recording of it. It's interesting, you should check it out. It's originally in 3/4, and it didn't actually change till 4/4 time until the early 60s, right before the most famous version of the song by Frank Sinatra today. That song was used in the Apollo space program, so got a lot of play in the 60s and just kind of attached itself to popular culture. So in 1962, there was a bossa nova version of the song that did well. It hung out on the charts for quite a few weeks, and that kind of led to the Frank Sinatra version in 1964. So the interesting thing about the Frank Sinatra version of the song is that he was working with Count Basie at the time, and this is 1964, and Count Basie was working with a young Quincy Jones who arranged the song. It was his choice to make it originally in a hard 4/4 time, and then Sinatra and Count Basie decided that they would make it a hard swing 4/4 time. and that leads to the very powerful version that everybody knows and loves today. Well, maybe not loves, but that led to the version that everybody knows today. So why is this a good song? This kind of goes back to some of the other videos that I've done recently. I don't want to say lighthearted, but they're songs that celebrate what is positive in life, like song and play and just enjoying life and being. This is a song that's not influenced by the kind of drastic and powerful social change of the 60s that was accompanied by a very cynical sort of worldview in terms of the political system. And it's a song that acknowledges a very important part of the human psyche that is related to play and song and being childish in some ways. However, the actual composition of the song is anything but childish. It's, even if he did write it in 20 minutes, a lot of Van Gogh stuff he painted really quickly too. He planned a lot in advance and he knew what he wanted. And I think the same would probably be said about Mr. Howard here. The composition and the concept of the song and the lyrics of the song really all roll into one and can't really be extricated from each other, or else it would lose something. Definitely an example of something where the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. The song is basically just based on a couple of very simple melodic lines and the accompanying chords that go with them. It's got a lot of feeling in it, and the way the chords are orchestrated and the way the lyrics are orchestrated, at the end of every sort of stanza of the lyrics, it comes to sort of a little climax. And it seems to work like that because the song sort of works on this 2-5-1 kind of pattern. There's a lot of repeating 2-5-1 chord patterns that feel very concluded and wholesome. So that's kind of what this is based on. And furthermore, it's in a way just an extrapolation of the idea of a 3-chord song. There's a lot of chord changes in there that add some character and some tension here and there, but at its heart, there's really just a couple of 3-chord sections sort of working together to really create a very, very tremendous song. Furthermore, I would say that the whole feeling of the song is sort of just letting go and experiencing and enjoying existence is universal. So that probably lends to some of the lasting popularity of this song. Well, thanks very much for sticking around until the end of the video if you did. And if this is something that you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and share this. Don't hesitate to comment either, because those are the kind of things that get me going, and I'm going to reply to every comment at this point, so you might as well. And until next time, go out there and write a song. It's easier than you think.